Can you share an unforgettable on-set experience from your career?
I guess I mean, well, there's two that come to mind. One is when I worked on LA Confidential, and that was like I had no idea like who Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe wasn't famous, and I didn't really know the director, and I didn't realize. I don't think anyone realized the sort of the scope of that project. But when I got on set, and it was in Long Beach, and there was the Curtis Hanson was the director, and I remember my friend reminded me of this. I just had basically one line in the movie, one line, and I read with the casting director, and then they wanted me to come back to read with the director, and I was like, oh my god, do I have to read? I'm such a brat. Anyway, so I booked it, and yeah, it was a night shoot, so it was all night, and I'm getting beat up, and this guy who's a stunt guy who's my husband in the movie. He's just like, so we spent a lot of it just me getting beat up in the place, and so it's just not off camera, but it's through a window. But I just felt like the period piece, like all the cars. Russell Crowe was like in character, and he was very nice as an actor. He stayed for my close up, which was at like 4:30 in the morning. I just remember feeling like, oh, this is magical.
Right.
Yeah, it was cool. It was very cool because it just felt like, oh, I want to be like this all the time.
Right. Right.
And then, yeah.
I was just going to say that is one of the frustrating things, whether it's a stage show or being on set for TV or film, that it's magic in the moment, and then it ends, and you're like, no, I don't want it to end.
Yeah, because it feels so like, yeah, you get to play with each other. Like, it's so fun, and like you're creating this world together. And sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes it's more, you know, I've been on sets where it doesn't feel like that, where you just feel, but that was a magical experience. And then when a couple in 2018, I talked about it, Homewrecker, when me, Alex Esso, and Zach. Alex Esso is on a lot of Mike Flanagan movies. She was in Dr. Sleep. She's done really well. But her and Zach Gain are friends, and we all wanted to make something together. So we wrote this script, and we shot it in my house, and over 2 weeks, and it was insanely we had no money. Like, we did it for like nothing. And it's this horror comedy, and there's this one, and we didn't have any crew, bare bones crew, but it was so fun. But there was this one part, spoiler alert, I kind of hold her hostage in my house because I want a friend, and she has handcuffs on, and she, spoiler alert, smashes my head at the end, and so I'm not even in the scene because she's smashing a dummy, and I'm upstairs, and then I hear her go, "Shouldn't I have my handcuffs on?" And we realized we made this huge fuck up. It was like a big mess in continuity.
Yeah.
And we were like basically the second to last day of shooting, and we were all exhausted. And I just started laughing so much because I was like, I think, or she had them on, like, it was like one huge mistake. And yeah, it was so funny to me. I just couldn't stop laughing. I was like, this was the best. It was so fun. But I really loved doing that movie. It was so, yeah, I hope to do something like that again, where you're just making something together, and yeah, and it turned out people really like it. Some people hate it, but some people like it, and it got released, so we're happy with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's always cool. I mean, it's super cool to be in these big giant blockbuster shows and movies where you're like, holy crap, they're millions of dollars and 500 people between crew and background and everyone. And then the flip side to that is something like that where it's small, and then it just feels like movie camp, like back when you were in school or something, and you're just 10 people in a house and no extras and no crane shots and minimal craft services.
Exactly.
And it's just as
Exactly.
fun too. Yeah, that's great.
Like Cassavetes was always a huge inspiration to me, like John Cassavetes um, and their movies. Jenna Rollins, I love her. I think she's my favorite actress. And that style, guerrilla filmmaking, do it yourself, like I love it. I think it's, I don't know, it's pure.